As the appalling events in Paris were unfolding, this House was debating the government's counter-terrorism and security bill and the threat level in the United Kingdom, which is set by the Independent Joint Terrorism Analysis Centre and remains at severe. This means that a terrorist attack in our country is highly likely and could occur without warning. 3 serious terrorist plots have been disrupted in recent months alone. Nearly 600 people from this country have travelled to Syria and Iraq to fight. Around half of them have returned. And there are thousands of people from across Europe who have done the same. As I said during the passage of the counter-terrorism bill, and on many repeated occasions, the government will do everything it can to keep the public safe. As soon as the attacks in France took place, the government increased security at the UK border. Officers from Border Force, the police and other organisations intensified checks on passengers, vehicles and goods entering the UK. And we offered the French government all assistance necessary, including the full cooperation of our police and security and intelligence agencies. The attacks in Paris were enabled by the availability of assault weapons. Although there is obviously a number of illegal weapons in the UK, we have some of the toughest gun laws in the world, and as a result, firearm offences only make up a small proportion of overall recorded crime. The types of firearms used in the attacks in Paris are not unknown in the UK, but they are extremely uncommon. However, as the Prime Minister has said, we must step up our efforts with other countries to crack down on the illegal smuggling of weapons across borders. Mr. Speaker, we have always been clear that the police and the security agencies must have the capabilities and powers they need to do their job. And following the attacks in Paris, the Prime Minister has reiterated that commitment. Unfortunately, when it comes to communications data and the intercept of communications, there is no cross-party consensus and therefore no parliamentary majority to pass the legislation to give the police and security service the capabilities they need. But let me be absolutely clear. Every day that passes without the proposals in the Communications Data Bill, the capabilities of the people who keep us safe diminishes. And as those capabilities diminish, more people find themselves in danger. And yes, crimes will go unpunished and innocent lives will be put at risk. This is not, as I have heard it said, letting the government snoop on your emails. It is allowing the police and the security services, under a tightly regulated and controlled regime, to find out the who, where, when and how of a communication, but not its content. So they can prove and disprove alibis, identify associations between suspects, and tie suspects and victims to specific locations. It is too soon to say for certain, but it is highly probable that communications data was used in the Paris attacks to locate the suspects and establish the links between the 2 attacks. Quite simply, Mr. Speaker, if we want the police and the security services to protect the public and save lives, they need this capability.